You can learn a lot about personal development from the characters in anime, webtoons, and manga. Let me show you. Today we're going to talk about letting go of identities and Tower of God. So Tower of God Season 2 is finally out. Been waiting like 4 years. I started rereading the webtoon again. I'm up to like Season 2. But the story is about this kid named Bam, who, if I had to sum Bam up in a couple words, he's the ultimate simp. So basically, everything he does is for this girl named Rachel. But one day, Rachel decides that she wants to climb the tower because she wants to see the night sky and the stars. And in doing so, she has to leave Bam behind. Bam doesn't want her to go. And the ironic part is Rachel's not worthy for the tower, but Bam is. And she only gets in the tower because Bam pried open the door to it. Anyways, Bam's whole entire identity is based around Rachel. And he's doing anything he can, even risking his life, to win her love. And it's not reciprocated. In fact, I think one of the many themes of Tower of God is unrequited love. You see it between a lot of characters. If we take a step back and talk about identity for a moment, basing your identity off, what you do or who you think you are can be really dangerous for your mental health, because sometimes those opportunities that you have now, they might have a short time window. So when you can't do the activities that you're basing off your identity anymore, you become lost. You feel like you lack purpose. And that's exactly what happens to our boy Bam, because eventually he gets reunited with Rachel in the tower, but she betrays him. She tries to actually kill him. And when he comes to the realization that she actually doesn't want him and she actually tried to kill him, he becomes lost. Now, this is the cliche moment, like when guys, they go through a bad breakup, they start hitting the gym and start bettering themselves, and they enter their villain arc. That's kind of what happens to Bam too. He becomes Juviole Grace, the Slayer for Fug, which is an organization that goes against the politics of the tower. But he was also kind of forced into that role against his own will, which we won't go into. But, when people are in this situation in general, they start seeking things outside of themselves, thinking that those things externally will give them the internal fulfillment they're looking for. And usually that's not really the case. In Bam's case, he just wanted power, so he doesn't lose any more friends. But time and time again, when you look for external things to give you internal fulfillment, it's usually not enough, and you need more. So Bam, he wants more power when he's already so powerful, because he ends up meeting Rachel again and she pushes him off again. And like me or anyone else who reads Tower of God, we were like, what the fuck, again, Bam? But when you look internally at yourself and you look at all the things that you base your identity on, you start letting go of things that, no longer serve you. You can start to create, new parts of your identity that's going to get you to where you want to go. There goes the old saying, like, what gets you here is not going to get you there. And the same thing went for Bam, right? He realized that, okay, well, Rachel doesn't want him, and now he's looking internally to see what he has to do to climb the tower himself and figure out his own truth. And, there's a cold line where he meets Rachel. He's like, next time we meet, we're going to be enemies. And I love that. And I always say, if you truly want to change, a piece of you has to die. And that piece is your old self, in order to make room for your new self.